In this video, we're gonna show you 50 ways to use a watermelon, with the methods getting crazier and crazier as the video moves on. And at the end, we're even gonna find out how many rubber bands it takes to explode a watermelon. We're gonna start out simple with a classic slice. But that's kind of boring.
If you want a more exciting way to cut your watermelon, you could try this Pringles hack. Basically, you just take the top off and empty the chips out.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off both ends of our watermelon here.
Take your Pringles can and just go ahead and press that right into the middle of the watermelon.
And push all the way down. Oh!
Whoa.
That's so cool. Now we'll shake out our watermelon core. Do the honors. You know, I thought this would be such a stupid hack.
Me too.
But it went so crazy online, so we had to try it. And this is what we're left with.
Cheers.
These next few watermelons we're gonna show you are extremely rare. This one here is called a midnight watermelon. As you can see, when you compare it to a regular watermelon, there's really no pattern on this one at all. The skin on the outside is super dark.
But Nick, as you know, it's what's on the inside that counts.
Throughout the day, we're gonna just test out random tools that we bought online that work with watermelons, and that's why we're gonna slice into it. Ready?
Yeah.
Are we doing it the wrong way? No.
No.
Oh! Whoa!
This is insane.
That's like the coolest tool ever.
The thing I'm wondering is if it tastes different than a regular watermelon. It tastes exactly the same. Just as rare as that midnight watermelon is this yellow watermelon.
These are extremely hard to get. The flesh on the inside should be completely yellow.
Oh, that's insane.
It's not just yellow, it's like vibrant, beautiful yellow.
This is crazy. Tastes like regular watermelon. I'm so disappointed. I thought it was gonna taste like a pineapple.
If the yellow watermelon blew your mind, wait till you see the orange watermelon. I know it doesn't look like much on the outside, but theoretically, when we cut into this thing, it should be a beautiful, vibrant orange.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Here we go. It's orange.
It looks like the sun.
The sun's not orange.
Isn't it? It tastes just like yellow watermelon. That tastes just like watermelon. Blue watermelon.
We want to try to see if we can make a blue watermelon. We've done orange, we've done yellow, we've done red.
But we haven't done blue yet.
Drill some holes.
Did I do a good job?
I think so.
Dude, I could do this all day.
Look at what we got when we drilled into it. It's a perfect flower.
Can I take it to my mom?
So the next step here is placing these blue sodas into the holes.
So what, is a watermelon drinking it?
I think so.
Okay.
You can see it's already absorbing a lot of that liquid. Whoa, look at that. Keep watching, because we're gonna come back and check on this in a little bit. This next one, I am very excited to show you. Cover your eyes.
You like that?
Cover your eyes, please. Anyone watching right now, cover your eyes. 3, 2, 1, open your eyes. What? We got a square watermelon from Japan.
No way! Are you kidding me?
This is one of the craziest things I've ever had in this kitchen.
How did you get this here? Because you cannot bring fruits or vegetables from another. Shh. Cut the tape, cut the tape. No, that is so nuts.
Yeah. These only grow a very certain part of the year, and the way they grow them is they force them to grow inside this square box so they fit the shape of that box. When you cut inside these, they're supposed to be yellow and red.
What?
You don't understand how many videos I've watched of square watermelons. I've been obsessed with square watermelons my entire life. Look how cute even the little stub on there is. Everything about this watermelon is utterly perfect.
This is crazy. I never thought I would see one in my life.
The moment of truth, is it gonna be yellow and red on the inside like all the other square watermelons or not?
Ooh.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Cutting in. Oh, it feels good. I really want to make sure we get the perfect slice with this thing.
This is crazy. I cannot believe we're about to eat a square watermelon.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's go. I can't wait.
3, 2, 1,
go.
It's cake!
What the? It's cake?
Did I trick you?
That looks like the most realistic cake I've ever seen in my life.
I tried so hard to get a real square watermelon, but it's impossible, and frankly, it's illegal. Instead, I got a watermelon cake.
You had me. I was so excited for a real square watermelon, but I'm probably a little more excited for this cake now.
I'm a little more excited for what we're doing next. We already showed you with that cake how creative you can get with a watermelon, but this is even more creative. These are watermelon carvings, and as you can see, this is me and this is Gordon. Does it look like me?
Yeah, it looks like you, and the detail on it is nuts. And also, why are you bigger than Gordon Ramsay? Doesn't he have more subscribers than you?
That's the problem. Currently, as you can see, my watermelon carving is larger than Gordon's here, but that's not how it is on YouTube. As you can see by this carving here, he is very happy. And that's because he's ahead of us in subscribers. But if you just go click that subscribe button right now, this smiley face right here will quickly turn upside down. I need your help to catch Gordon on YouTube.
So I got an idea for this Gordon watermelon. We're gonna turn it into a watermelon sandwich.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Oh, Gordon!
I think Gordon would taste best as a PB&J.
Yeah,
Don't you agree?
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and put jelly on this half of the watermelon.
And I'm gonna put a lot of peanut butter on this half of the bread.
You love peanut butter, huh?
I love Gordon.
I mean, you just hurt him.
He's okay.
He's still smiling because he has more subscribers than you right now.
Now that we've got the PB&J bowl spread out, let's carefully lift this over across here. Boom.
Let's go.
And this looks phenomenal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so perfect.
Who's the idiot sandwich now, Gordon?
I love it.
Adds a little bit of complexity.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of tastes like Gordon Ramsay too. Here you go, Gordon. He's never gonna catch you.
You know what I think we need with these watermelon sandwiches? Some watermelon fries. And we're not just making any ordinary watermelon fries, we're making crinkle cut fries.
Ooh, my favorite.
We'll slice open our watermelon, and then we need to make one large slice, just like this. Next, I'm gonna just trim off all of that watermelon rind.
And then it's time to crinkle cut. After we're done cutting all our fries, we got a beautiful plate of watermelon fries.
That's a perfect crinkle cut fry. I personally like to have mine with yogurt for dipping. But you know what? We're still missing just one thing.
Oh, watermelon seeds?
We've been using watermelons all day, but we haven't even seen any seeds yet. It's extremely hard to even find watermelons that actually have seeds in them nowadays.
But luckily, I carry a few extra watermelon seeds in my back pocket.
This right here is what I call a nice square meal for the day. How is it?
Delicious. The yogurt adds a beautiful touch to it.
And the watermelon PB&J is phenomenal.
You know, like what I like to do with my sandwiches? Take some fries, dip it in the sauce, place it on top of the sandwich.
What?
And there, my friends, that's the way you eat a sandwich. And the watermelon seeds broke my teeth.
We've got quite a few leftovers here, so we're gonna turn these into our next watermelon experiment.
What's that?
Watermelon yogurt bark.
First, I'm gonna chop these up into little cubes.
And while Patrick's doing that, I'm gonna start prepping our yogurt. I will then start scooping these cubes into our bowl. And once we have enough, I can start mixing this up to make our nice watermelon yogurt mix.
We'll also add a few extra watermelon seeds into the mix.
We didn't want you to have to sit around and wait, so we've actually already prepped some of these nice frozen yogurt patties.
But there is still one more step. We're gonna carefully dip our frozen yogurt watermelon into some chocolate.
And the key is making sure you move fast because the chocolate will very, very quickly melt that yogurt.
Once they're frozen, we got this beautiful watermelon yogurt bark.
Oh, crunch.
Oh, that's so good.
Wow, and look at the inside. Look at the cross section of this.
I can't complain. Coming off of that delicious yogurt bark, we're gonna take some inspiration from our science buddy, Mark.
A little while back, he made this really cool naked watermelon, and we want to see if we can do the exact same thing right now.
Yeah.
Patrick is gonna take both sides of the watermelon and hollow them out so we have our watermelon shells. And on this side, I'm just trying to remove all of the white part until I barely just sort of start seeing pink. Once my watermelon looks something like this, I'm gonna take a rough sponge, slowly shave it down and smooth it out on the outside with the ultimate goal that this is gonna perfectly fit just inside of Patrick's two shells.
And just a few minutes later, we're getting closer to getting that perfect fit.
Time for the moment of truth.
Here we go.
Wow!
This worked. Here it is, the naked watermelon.
Aesthetically, it's perfect.
You almost don't even want to cut into it.
Using some of the watermelon rind scraps from the naked watermelon, I have crafted a pair of watermelon shoes. We're gonna see how many steps Patrick can take in these.
What?
I don't know how great those shoes will be, but those socks are gonna be just fine.
Oh no, the sandals broke! After all that fun in the sun, it's time for a fruit salad.
Our beautiful fruit salad bowl is filled with watermelon, but it also has blueberries, gooseberries, and so much more.
And I love gooseberries.
You've never had a gooseberry.
I know. Whoa, very tarty, sweet, a hint of goose.
Ugh. Oh. Let's turn this into a smoothie.
Genius. Go ahead and dump this into the blender. Oh, don't forget the gooseberries, Nick.
Then just a little bit of yogurt.
I think you first gotta plug it in.
Yeah. Pour it in.
Oh. Fill that cup all the way to the top.
Last but not least.
What?
Pick a hand. Okay, you got to pick one.
We got umbrellas, dude. Cheers. With the umbrellas? This is so fancy.
This isn't fancy. Watermelon caviar is fancy.
First, we're gonna measure out a 1/3 cup of watermelon juice, toss that into a pan.
And then we'll heat it up until it just slowly begins to bubble.
And once it's nice and warm, we're gonna go in with a 1/4 teaspoon of agar-agar powder.
If you've never heard of that, it's basically just a seaweed powder that chefs use once in a while.
Once the agar-agar powder has dissolved, it's time. This is a glass of oil that's been in the freezer for about 1 hour.
All we have to do is put a few nice drops of our watermelon mixture in the top, and they should slowly fall into these perfect little circles.
That looks insane.
You wanna try?
Yeah, can I try? Caviar is usually expensive, but if you want to make it at home, I guess this is an affordable option right here.
And the coolest thing is you can make caviar with every fruit you could possibly think of. It's just a little bit of science.
To finish the caviar, we're gonna strain out all the oil.
And once we give it a quick rinse, we're left with these beautiful watermelon pearls. Now, as for how we use this watermelon caviar, it's time to make a bit of watermelon sushi.
What?
It turns out you can turn watermelon into something that looks exactly like tuna.
Oh, that looks insane. It also came with a seafood container.
Looking at this is almost unbelievable. It is remarkably similar to fish.
It also smells like tuna, which is mind-blowing.
This was marinated in a bunch of Japanese ingredients for several days. That's how it achieves this soft and floppy, almost fish-like consistency that we have here.
But if you look closely enough, you can still tell it's watermelon.
Yeah, all the seeds are still there. Yeah. So to make a few pieces of nigiri, I'm just gonna slice this fish at an angle, just as the Japanese sushi chefs do. That's insane how much this looks like tuna.
Vegans rejoice.
I'll do a nice clean slice through the fish, and it's funny, as much as it looks like tuna, it still cuts sort of like watermelon.
Yeah. You see the white stuff in there? Like,
yeah,
it's almost like the muscle or the fibers inside of a fish.
To make our nigiri now, grab a piece of fish, then wet your hand a little bit, grab a little bit of sushi rice. We wanna be nice and gentle with it so it doesn't compress too much and there's still air between all the grains of rice. And you sort of touch down the inside of the fish itself. Go ahead and lay that across the top of your nigiri. And just like that, you have a beautiful piece of tuna nigiri. To finish these off, we have to put some watermelon caviar on top.
I can't believe you could do something like this.
This is 100% watermelon and rice.
I don't think anyone's gonna believe you. It looks too real.
Let's see if it tastes too real.
Wait a second. This tastes like sushi. I'm not even joking right now. This tastes like sushi.
Yeah.
Because of that marinade.
Yeah. We did something unbelievable here, Patrick. A blue watermelon would be even more unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Let's check on it.
Yeah.
Take your guess. Did it work?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say no. Close your eyes.
Please be blue, please be blue, please be blue, please be blue. No!
This right here is the world's only piece of blue watermelon.
That is blue! And even though that hack didn't work, luckily we have another one called the watermelon windmill. The way it's supposed to work is we run this tool all the way across the watermelon and it's supposed to cut out perfect watermelon squares. No way!
Wait, that's crazy.
So perfect, look at that.
For not having to do any work.
I know, this is effortless.
I gotta say, I think this device is probably cooler than the slicer that we used earlier on the midnight watermelon.
Yeah, I agree.
Once we're left with all these nice little watermelon cubes, we're gonna do two different things with them. First up are these watermelon feta skewers. Maybe you've thrown them on the grill at some point at home, but even though they may look simple, they are delicious.
And as a finishing touch, we're gonna go ahead and garnish this with some fresh mint.
This is definitely nice, but the other way to use the cubes, I find to be a lot more creative.
Another use for the cubes that we got are watermelon ice cubes.
And we're gonna quickly move on to actually use these ice cubes for something. We'll take it to the next level by making fruit-infused water.
Go ahead and toss in our ice cubes. Coming. Oh!
So what you do is you go like this.
Whoa!
All we do now is fill it to the top with water, then close our lid, and we're left with this amazing watermelon-infused water.
Wait, why don't we just make watermelon juice? The way this works is actually simple. We're gonna cut a hole on top of the watermelon, just big enough to fit in our immersion blender. And once it's loose, we're gonna go ahead and remove the top.
And that hole should be just big enough that we can fit this immersion blender into the top. It's perfect.
Oh my goodness, dude.
All you really have to do is just spin the immersion blender around and it turns everything inside this watermelon into juice.
Whew.
Now that our entire watermelon has been juiced, we'll pour this in.
Oh my God.
And now that our watermelon is hollow, it's time for the next hack. We're basically gonna turn this watermelon into a drink dispenser.
And once I make the perfect hole, I'm gonna go ahead and insert the spout.
And then on the other end, I'm gonna come with this little screw on the inside so it holds it in place.
How does it feel?
Now we can actually put back in the juice. Perfect, perfect. And we can place it in the lid.
That's so awesome. And here it is, our delicious watermelon tap.
But we still haven't even done the most exciting part.
How nice is that?
We have one more great use for the watermelon tap. If you want to make a refreshing summer meal, you can actually make an amazing watermelon noodle bowl. As you can see, we still have plenty of watermelon juice left in our watermelon tap, at which point I'm gonna just put in these matcha noodles, and that's really it. We're left with this unique and creative noodle bowl.
You know what? It's actually not that bad.
Is it good?
Yeah, it has that hint of watermelon and the green matcha. I'll be back. Thank you. We still have some leftover watermelon juice, so now we're gonna be making watermelon soda. First, we're gonna just go ahead and pour the watermelon juice into the bottle.
Once we filled this up to the line, Patrick's gonna go ahead and lock this in, and then we just crank it down, right?
Yeah, this is scary. Oh my.
You gotta be a little more gentle. It's a light touch.
I went hard.
Hear that?
Yeah.
Watermelon soda.
Yeah? Woo!
Let's put on our lab coats. So I want to carbonate a whole watermelon now, not just the juice.
Ooh, let's do it.
This is gonna take a little time. To begin, Patrick's gonna fill this red cooler with a bunch of dry ice. And once we have a nice layer on the bottom, I'm gonna bring these to the edge, and then I'll cover it up with towels so we protect our watermelon.
Once our dry ice is prepped, we're gonna go ahead and add in our sliced watermelon.
It might sound crazy that these are gonna get carbonated, but as you can see, the reason we're wearing lab coats is there's a little bit of science happening here.
So what happens is that the dry ice, the air in the dry ice goes into the watermelon, and then it fizzes the watermelon. Should we just? It gets carbonated.
The key is we cannot put these latches down because if we do, the gas can build up and explode.
And you said you have insurance?
That means that the only final step to prepping our carbonated watermelon is to wrap this entire cooler in plastic wrap. What this is gonna do is hold all of that gas inside this little chamber here, forcing it into the watermelon, and hopefully when we open this in a bit, that watermelon is gonna have a bunch of bubbles.
We're gonna go ahead and put this off to the side and come back to this later.
Continuing on in our journey of science, we're gonna make some liquid nitrogen ice cream. So here's how this is gonna go down. First, we need to make our ice cream mix. We're going to go in with, very simply, some melted vanilla ice cream. Next, we've made some fresh watermelon juice, and I'm gonna start mixing. You stop when you feel like we have enough watermelon flavor.
I think that's good right there.
Beautiful.
So we've essentially made watermelon melted ice cream right now.
Precisely. Now, we're about to do the real science. I'm gonna slowly pour in the liquid nitrogen. As I pour it into there, it's going to turn miraculously from this liquid that we have right now into ice cream.
Okay, so now I'm gonna lower in the whisk. I'm gonna start off at a very low speed.
Here we go.
Careful. No way.
This is amazing.
You can see after our first pour, it has thickened up a lot.
I think this is one of the coolest things that we've ever cooked. That's it. We're good.
That's nuts.
I mean, if that's not ice cream, I don't know what is. It's been a pleasure doing science with you, Patrick.
It's the best.
We even did it in a heart shape for all the subscribers since we love them so much.
I think it tastes better off the whisk.
This looks perfect.
This looks amazing.
It could look a little better if we give it a topping.
How about some freeze-dried watermelon?
This one's gonna be really simple. Patrick and I bought a very expensive freeze-dry machine.
Can you Venmo me?
Yeah, I'll do it later. Patrick is gonna cut this now into some nice cubes, which hopefully, if our freeze-dry machine actually works, will turn into these beautiful freeze-dried watermelon cubes. And once we've fully filled up one of our freeze-dry trays, I'm gonna toss that right into our freeze-dry machine. A couple hours later, fast forward to our perfectly freeze-dried watermelon. The watermelon has become really light and almost fluffy. Try one.
Wow, That was delicious.
That's what the astronauts eat. We're gonna crumble it onto the top of our ice cream.
And to finish it off, we're gonna add in some chocolate chips to give it that watermelon seed look.
Now that looks good.
That's amazing.
Let's take a nice, good scoop of this.
Whoa.
Good?
Oh.
Brain freeze? Mm-hmm. We can take the lab coats off.
Okay.
Going off the theme of freeze drying, let's dehydrate. A while back, I saw Max the Meat Guy make these watermelon Doritos. So the way this one works is actually really simple. All we have to do is cut our watermelon into nice thin strips like this. And once I do that, Patrick is gonna take this triangle mold
and just cut some triangles out of the watermelon.
So the next part's easy. Now that we have our watermelon slices, we're gonna lay them across our dehydrator here.
Sprinkle it with my favorite seasoning, tahini. Get a nice even layer on there.
And then when that's finished, we'll put the next rack on top of our dehydrator and repeat.
Once it's all stacked up, we're just gonna go ahead and pop the cover on and just turn on our dehydrator. Now we just wait for 7 hours.
Fast forward, they're done.
That was easy.
This looks dangerously similar to a Dorito.
You know what's missing is we need some salsa.
Watermelon salsa.
First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and throw in some mint leaves.
And I'll follow that with a little bit of chopped red onion.
Every good salsa comes with some jalapenos.
And you can't miss out on the cilantro, although I know it might taste like soap to some of you. Not me though.
No. Lime juice for some nice acidity.
And to finish, go ahead with the salt.
I think you need to charge your salt. Salt.
And my secret ingredient that I sometimes like to put in my salsa is a little soy sauce.
That's interesting.
Let's mix that up, making sure everything is nice and evenly coated. And to finish, let's put it onto the chips.
Dude, this is amazing. Whoa. No, seriously, whoa.
Yeah, tastes like Doritos.
So much flavor. That soy sauce comes through so perfectly.
And with all of these extra scraps that we've saved up from our watermelon so far, let's make some shaved ice.
Let's do it. If you're wondering what this is, it's an ice crusher. And we're gonna use it to make watermelon shaved ice. All you do is simply add in some frozen watermelon and push down to start shaving it. Oh.
I have to say, now that we've put it in a bowl, this looks a lot more like watermelon sorbet, but I guess they are the same thing. Very pure.
It's very pure. I feel healthy.
It's not very sweet.
Not at all.
This is just frozen watermelon shaved up, that's it. But it tastes so much less sweet than biting into a piece of regular watermelon.
Which I kind of prefer.
Let's use this to make something else. If we simply fill up a blender with all of our leftover watermelon shaved ice, we can use it to make a delicious watermelon icy. To give this a nice boost of flavor, we're gonna add a little bit of mint.
Oh, I love the smell of mint.
You know what you do to activate mint? Wake it up?
What? Jeez. It's activated. Can you activate me? We're gonna add in just a little bit of that watermelon juice.
Oh, look at that. Oh. I love how you can see all the little...
It's okay, it's okay. It's all right.
What I was gonna say is I love how you can see all the little specks of mint in there. It looks delicious.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Cheers.
Way better than the shaved ice.
Now I'm gonna go activate everything in my life.
Oh, God.
If you can't already tell from the label, we bought a soft serve machine.
You got it? Yeah. I don't got it. I gotta put this down.
We got our water and we got our watermelon soft serve mix, and all we gotta do is just mix these two together.
I'm gonna make a vortex. Oh, look at that.
Look at the color change.
It smells like watermelon bubblegum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna transfer the liquid.
Oh. Is that a good sign? Lid on.
It's showtime.
Let's do it.
So once this is at 100%, our ice cream is ready to come out. 25%, 50,
75%, we're getting there. Come on, buddy, get there.
99,
Let's go.
99, 100!
Oh!
We're ready to fill.
Oh, are you kidding me? That is so awesome.
No way!
Who would have thought?
Aside from the fact that the soft serve actually looks perfect, I love the fact that we have these chocolate chip watermelon seeds. We could open a shop with these.
Yeah, you're right.
Seriously. Holding this makes me feel like I'm sitting in a field in the middle of the summer.
Surrounded by horses.
no horses.
Oh, this is amazing. Oh.
Have you ever been to Disney?
Yeah, I have.
Have you had Dole Whip?
Yes.
This is watermelon Dole Whip. Patrick, you know what we need to complete our summer experience?
What?
Popsicles.
Let's do it.
First things first, watermelon into a blender. Fun fact while we're doing this, do you know what percentage of a watermelon is actually water?
80?
It's actually 92% water.
So we're just eating water.
That's why it's called a watermelon.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
We're gonna go ahead and fill up our popsicle mold.
About 3/4 of the way full. We need to leave room for the rest of the watermelon popsicles because they're gonna be green, so it looks like a watermelon.
This is literally the easiest and best thing to make for the summer.
I totally agree. Anything with watermelon, you can't go wrong.
Can't.
We're gonna get fancy. We're gonna put some mini baby chocolate chips in there for the watermelon seeds.
That's awesome.
Now at this point, we wanna freeze these for a little bit and then stick the popsicle sticks in. The next layer, which is gonna represent that little white part between the watermelon rind and the actual watermelon, is some coconut milk. And finally, we have the perfect watermelon pop.
No way.
It's insane how perfect these look, right?
You got the kiwi layer, you got the coconut layer, and then you got the majority watermelon juice. It just resembles it so well. Look at that. Perfect.
Let's make something even sweeter though.
This next one is called Korean sugar syrup, and the good thing about it is it only takes 2 ingredients.
All you have to do is layer sugar and the fruit of your choice back and forth in a glass container. We are, of course, using watermelon. And the greatest thing about this hack is that it does all the work for you. I've already personally tried it with strawberries and dragon fruit, and this is my 3rd time making it. Once we've topped it off, I'll close this up, and it's super easy. This just goes in the fridge for 1 week. We made a little bit ahead of time, too.
Smart.
Let's open it up. Get ready for the smell.
Oh, smells like watermelon. It really doesn't have that big of a...
Yeah, it just smells like watermelon. All right, well, wait, just wait a second.
Wow.
It's broken down into this really soft and squishy and almost sort of taffy-like consistency.
It's not bad.
Tastes like a watermelon sugar pickle.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, you're good at this.
Yeah.
Have you thought about YouTube?
Now, with this Korean sugar syrup, there are a ton of different uses. The color of this is super nice, too.
So vibrant.
But we're gonna make lollipops. Watermelon lollipops. This green contraption here is a lollipop mold. And we're simply gonna take our droppers and then carefully fill up our molds. Once they've all been filled all the way up to the top, we'll carefully place in our lollipop sticks. This looks awesome.
That looks amazing.
Here's the finished product, a perfect watermelon lollipop. Lollipops are cool, but you know what's even cooler? We're gonna make some watermelon tanghulu.
Ooh.
I've made tanghulu so many times now that I don't even measure anymore. I just add a bunch of sugar and a little bit of water into a pot, and then we'll cook this down into our tanghulu liquid. Once our sugar reaches that perfect temperature, it's time to dip. I have this little method where I tilt the pan to the side like this. Gives you extra dipping space.
Smart. All we have to do is take our watermelon cubes and carefully dip that into our sugar and straight into our ice bath.
We'll know we've done this properly if we have a perfect, beautiful, shiny glazed layer on the outside of our watermelon cubes.
Cheers. Can I have yours?
Next up, we're making one of my personal favorites, watermelon fruit leather.
Nick, you've made this a million times. Do we have to do it again?
To be fair, I think I've probably made fruit leather out of every single fruit in this world.
Yeah, we all know.
We might not have made fruit leather today, but we'll move on to a hack that uses fruit leather. We're starting off with some fruit by the foot.
Brings back childhood memories.
The sweet flavor of all natural and non-artificial watermelon.
100% organic.
We'll bring back in some of these party sticks from earlier in the video.
Now you just take that fruit roll up and we're gonna go ahead and wrap our watermelon. You shaboozle it, you know what I mean?
No. Oh, it fits perfectly.
Same here, look at that.
Oh, come on.
Look at that.
I think mine looks better.
It does look a lot better. And now we're just gonna take a clean plate and pour in some of that chamoy.
What is in chamoy for people that don't know?
I don't know what's in chamoy.
It's a condiment that basically is just filled with different dried fruits and chili peppers.
Now we're gonna take our watermelon and just dip it into the chamoy sauce. Make sure you cover all sides. Make sure to do the top. People forget the top.
As the finishing touch, we're gonna sprinkle tahini all across our Mexican watermelon. Can't forget the top.
You can't forget, see,
Can't
rookie
forget the top.
mistakes.
See, we almost forgot the top.
And as our last step, to level up our Mexican watermelon, we want to squeeze some lemon on top of that. Bon appetit. Cheers. Let's make 2 more.
Instead of making more Mexican watermelon, let's make some watermelon cotton candy. This is our watermelon sugar. And when we're ready, we turn it on and now we wait.
It's like we're at the carnival. So how do you do this?
You've never made cotton candy.
I've never made cotton candy in my life. Is that a common thing?
Just watch, okay?
Whoa, it looks like spider web.
See it? You can see it just sort of very quickly forms this loose fiber around the edge of it. We go in, we spin, and we just keep spinning. Collect all of the cotton candy. Look at that, now it's going. See how it's going fast now? And then we're just good now at this point.
Look at that.
Gorgeous, right?
That is beautiful.
Watermelon cotton candy.
Here I go.
Go quick, because the sugar's building up on the edge.
Oh boy, baby. Yes. No, watch this. Super simple.
A little more gradual spin, a little higher up.
Oh, higher up. Oh, you're right. I could do this all day.
Yeah.
Look how mine came out.
What are you doing? A little bit of a fun fact for you here, Patrick. This sugar, it's called unicorn bacon.
Oh, what a great name.
It's all the collected sugar on the side, and it's nice and crunchy and has kind of a unique texture to it.
That's crunchy.
Yeah.
This is as good as the cotton candy.
Patrick, I have even more watermelon sweets for us. Remember that hack a while ago when everyone was making honey jelly?
Yeah.
Watermelon bottle jelly. Inside these bottles is corn syrup and watermelon juice. I've shaken it up, then we've frozen it for a little bit. And if I squeeze mine here, it should go straight up. Oh, I need your help. 3, 2, 1.
That's so sick. Nice.
What's better, the cotton candy or these?
That's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with the cotton candy.
We're going from jelly to jello.
Oh.
I didn't want to wait for the jello to actually set, so I made this ahead of time. We turned the entire thing into watermelon juice, we added gelatin, and now it should be jello.
So if I cut into this, there's jello.
I hope so. Go ahead.
All right. Oh my.
Patrick, why would you cut it like that?
Oops.
I made backups.
Oh, okay.
But it is jello.
Yeah, it is definitely jello, and it smells like watermelon.
You hear that? Why don't I cut this time?
Oh, you got a better one. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that.
That's so cool.
And you could see like the watermelon pulp.
Yeah. Let me get another slice so we can be buddies.
Sorry for ruining your last watermelon.
That's fine. This is just a fun thing to make and a fun thing to see.
You know what this reminds me of? Going to birthday parties as a kid. And we also had pizza. This next one might upset some Italians. We're making watermelon pizza. So we're just gonna cut out a thick slice out of our watermelon. Just be careful when doing it. Don't do it like Nick. I'll place that on top of the pizza pan. Start off with the pizza sauce.
Spread it right around, not too much, but not too little either.
Fun fact, I used to work at Domino's Pizza when I was younger.
So he knows how to make a good pie. Next up, we'll go on with some low moisture mozzarella cheese.
And of course, we can't forget about the pepperonis.
I like it when it's a little more spread, kind of, you know, haphazardly.
Yeah, well, at Domino's, a medium pizza had 28 pepperonis.
I want to argue with you on the placement and how much you put here, but I'm not going
it's
to
amazing.
because you worked at Domino's.
Thank
so I'm
you.
not going to. We're going to finish this off with some fresh mint as opposed to basil. Mint works so much better with a watermelon. Gorgeous.
And as a finishing touch, I'm gonna go in with some salt.
And a tiny little drizzle of olive oil.
Oh, that looks so amazing.
Into the oven at 500 degrees Fahrenheit.
After a few minutes, our pizza is ready.
You know, call me crazy, but the watermelon pizza looks good.
You're not crazy.
It cuts really well.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is we didn't quite fully melt the cheese on here, but otherwise.
It looks amazing.
Patrick.
Cheers.
Yeah. I'm a big crust guy, so.
What? Compared to a regular pizza, it's juicier.
What about compared to pineapple pizza?
Actually, this is a little bit better.
And what exactly, you might be wondering, will we do with these crusts? Well, you can make pickled watermelon rind like my mom always loves to do at home, or you can make sour gummy worms.
Oh, my favorite.
We're gonna take off just that white part that's sort of in between the rind and the watermelon.
It should look something like this.
That is then gonna be cut into little strips that look like gummy worms. Instead of using a knife to peel, which is gonna be very slow, we have a little trick, don't we? A box grater. And that's just taking off all the outside layer that we don't wanna eat and leaving just the green part that we can turn into gummy worms. And fast forward to us polishing it off here, that is our naked watermelon.
So now that we got rid of the part we can't eat, we're gonna go ahead and slice off a thin layer of that rind.
This watermelon looks crazy.
Yeah.
And then all we're doing now is turning it into more strips.
Boom.
Now to actually make these, all we need to do is add a little bit of water to a pan.
Our watermelon rinds.
Then some blue raspberry starburst jello. What a weird ingredient, but this is what you do. We should have got watermelon flavor.
Yeah.
That would have been smart.
And just a little bit of sugar.
Perfect. Then on goes our burner and we bring this to a boil.
Once it boils, we want to let this keep going until it becomes nice and tender.
It's looking pretty tender to me.
Onto a plate, I'm gonna go ahead and put in some sugar.
And for that super sour taste that you get when you taste any sour candy, we're also gonna lightly dust on some citric acid. Roll it all around, get them nice and sour. They look like worms.
Yeah.
They're soft, they're squishy.
Can you be the mommy bird and I be the baby bird and you feed me worms? Wow. It tastes just like a gummy worm. Ooh, it's sour though. Woo!
As crazy as it may seem that we just made a pizza and gummy worms from watermelon, we're gonna do something even worse.
Using the leftover watermelon we have from the gummy worms, let's make watermelon ham.
We are going to basically throw this ham on a grill in a smoker and just let it go until it turns into sort of a meat. So first up, all we have to do is simply go across the entire watermelon and score it. The idea is we want to make it look like one of those sort of classic holiday hams. This is gonna give us that nice texture, and also when it smokes, it's gonna let more flavor get into those little cracks.
Yeah, we're creating basically more surface area.
You're gonna see too, when this is finished cooking, this is going to be a lot smaller if we've done it properly.
Yeah.
But probably about half the size.
Now I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly season this with some salt. We can't forget about the garlic powder, must have on any ham. And last but not least, I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of that chili powder.
A little? This looks good.
That looks amazing.
It looks like a nice spiced, flavorful ham. Ready?
Yeah.
Grill time.
Let's go.
The fire might have been a little too much at one point, but it came out looking pretty darn good.
As you guys could tell, we placed some cloves on top of the ham just to give it that classic look.
It's done.
Oh, that looks insane.
It looks good.
I can't believe we just made watermelon ham. And you can actually tell, definitely depleted a lot.
It's about 50% of the size that it was before. Do the honors, Patrick.
All right, here I go.
Come on. Come on. Give us ham. Wow.
Definitely tender.
I'd say it's more on the rare than medium rare side.
Yeah, it seems like that.
Cut me a slice if you don't mind. Cut me a slice.
I got you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut myself a slice too.
It looks like a really rare / raw roast beef.
Definitely raw.
It's tender.
Yeah, very tender.
It feels like meat. If we close our eyes, right? Could you tell that this wasn't a big floppy cut of meat?
Yeah.
For me, I don't even like ham to begin with. I'd rather make some chicken.
Chicken?
We're gonna make what's called a chicken in a watermelon. And believe it or not, this recipe was actually first posted by the New York Times as an April Fool's joke.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, but now we're doing it for real.
I'm gonna start off giving this a nice massage while Nick pours over that marinade.
Really massage that in there. Get all that marinade in every nook and cranny.
Once it's marinated,
Right
I'm gonna
there.
go ahead and put this in 1/2 of that watermelon.
This is crazy. This is crazy. A little bit of extra marinade on top, just for good measure. Gently close it all up. It fits perfectly. I think we're ready to bake.
Let's do it. Into the oven we go.
A few hours later, our chicken should be done. The juice that came out in this
Is insane. And the kitchen smells amazing.
It smells fantastic. Oh, you see that steam?
Oh my goodness.
It's been stewing inside this thing. There's so much liquid. It smells so good.
Yeah, you're right.
Would you like a bite?
Yes, please.
Perfectly cooked.
And it looks juicy.
It is literally just flaking right apart. The key is to also dip it in that liquid on the outside that sort of came off the outer watermelon. That gives it this sort of beautiful dark shimmer.
That is amazing. Oh! It just slid off.
Look at that meat. It is fall apart tender. This is a big win, Patrick. Before we find out how many rubber bands it takes to explode a watermelon, we need to celebrate a little bit.
Let's start our celebration with some watermelon cupcakes.
Super easy to make, by the way. Only a couple ingredients. This goes in to our cupcake wrapper. Then whipped cream. Nice and slowly around the cupcake. Doop.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now we're gonna top it off with some watermelon seeds or just chocolate chips.
And I gotta say, these cupcakes look pretty good. Well, not yours, but this one looks pretty good.
Hey.
I feel bad enough that yours looks like that I'm just gonna let you take a good bite of mine.
Sick, thank you.
Go ahead, be gentle. Look at that cross section. Whipped cream, watermelon.
Amazing.
You can't get any better than that. Or can you? Wait right here. One more surprise before we do the coolest stuff of the entire day.
This is insane.
It's a watermelon cake. We've got some pineapple on there, some strawberries, some blackberries, and raspberries.
This is so beautiful. I would have this at my wedding. Oh, you got a watermelon knife. Perfect.
Let's take a nice clean slice out of the side. Dun, 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 dun.
It's just watermelon though.
We know what this is gonna taste like.
Yeah.
We don't know what the carbonated watermelon is gonna taste like. As you probably remember, our carbonated watermelon has been sitting in the background this entire video, and now it's time to taste it.
Moment of truth.
Part of the reason we're wearing our safety goggles is because, as you can see, there's been quite a bit of pressure that's built up around the edge of this cooler, and we don't want any explosions in our face.
Hopefully not.
Three, two, one.
No way. It's sizzling. Cheers.
It's pretty cool, right?
That's awesome.
Like, more carbonated than a drink.
Yeah. It's so carbonated. Listen to my mouth.
We've tested out a lot of things in this video. We did just about every single watermelon experiment that we could possibly think of. But there's just one question left.
How many rubber bands does it take to explode a watermelon?
Let's find out.
One, two, three.
We gotta go faster than this. 6,
9.
14.
Ow!
Should we just fast forward?
Yeah, let's not bore the people.
That's fast forward.
Oh, okay.
487, 489.
1 second, 1 second. Okay, we gotta keep going.
492.
499. 500.
501.
Oh! 503. 504. 505. Oh!
Nope.
I'm freaking out. Oh my god.
517.
528. 531. That's 531 rubber bands, and it still hasn't done much.
It's curved. It's curved.
Yeah. I see it.
It is
I see
officially
it.
curved. I could feel stuff. Ah!
Have liftoff.
Please go subscribe so we can catch Gordon.